Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks. We had just a moment of technical difficulties, but we're ready to get started. Thanks for joining us with our third PCG Hangout. So if you are looking to getting into the social media ads game, or if you currently have social media advertising running, then you're in the right place. Today, we're going to focus on how to increase user engagement, how to increase your social media ROI overall. We have our special guest speaker, Denise Casagrande. Denise is a head social media manager here at PCG, and she's really devoted to learning new strategies and employing them for clients and bringing the ideas to businesses overall on how to really energize what they're doing currently in social media as well as where to begin. So without much more of an introduction, I'm going to ask Denise to come on over and take the hot seat. As always, please keep this interactive. Please do send in your questions. Denise will go through her information and answer any questions that you have. Thanks and enjoy. I'll see you at the end.
Okay, thank you, Kristen. First off, hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining our Hangout today, and happy President's Day. Whether you're in the comfort of your home or whether you're in the office watching, we really do appreciate you being here today. As Kristen mentioned, we are going to get into some ad work and how to, up your engagement using any type of Facebook ad. But first, I kind of wanted to get into more of just about Facebook in general and go a little organic for a second. We're running into the problem lately where organic traffic is kind of decreasing altogether on Facebook, and we are being pushed to use a lot more advertising, which is fine, but I'm somebody who is not ready to give up completely on organic, and there's a number of reasons why I feel that way. Number one, if you have ads running currently on Facebook, there's a huge percentage that people are going to see your ad and go to your like page to see what you're about. If you're not posting, if you're not engaging with your fans, they're going to see that and they're kind of not going to have faith in you as a business and your brand as well. So one of the things we want to start off with today is I just want to let you know that currently every day on Facebook there are 1 billion active users. And there are millions of small businesses and medium business-sized Facebook pages that are used every day. So you have a lot to go up against, and you need to kind of be at the top of your game in order for you to be in the newsfeed algorithm. Now, when we talk about algorithm, a lot of times I always find that people are always saying, well, Facebook changed the algorithm, and this is what's happening, and this is why my posts are getting no reach. Let me tell you that Facebook did not really change an algorithm. What kind of happened was that Facebook kept growing and growing and growing, and the news feed couldn't expand with the amount of people that were coming on to use Facebook. So what Facebook started to do was they started to tailor kind of what you see on your news feed, which is great because, for somebody who is really into, say, basketball, or somebody who is really into, politics, that's what they're going to see more of on their news feed. So what we need to start to do now as marketers and as brands is we kind of have to stay on top of our content that we're sharing so that we stay relevant in people's news feeds. So one of the things I wanted to say right away is, don't blame Facebook for those changes in the algorithm. It had to grow. It was bound to happen, number one. And number two, the other thing we need to start doing is totally being on top of our content game and what we're doing. So the title of this Hangout is Don't Set It and Forget It. And what I mean by that is that there's a lot of tools out there that are kind of making it easier for us as marketers and anybody who is posting on your social to post easier. So we have tools like Sprout Social, which let you schedule ahead of time. And we have tools like Hootsuite, and even Facebook allows us to schedule posts onto our Facebook. And what I see a lot of happening is that we're scheduling and we're just pushing out content, and we're just getting everything out there between visuals and videos, but we're not engaging with the fans when we're doing this. we need to keep the social in social media. So one of the things I want to go over is how to kind of really do that. Sorry, this chair, I'm sliding all over the place, excuse me. Sorry about that. So how can we keep the social in social media? You're a business, you've got all this great content to share, but you're not seeing the engagement that you want to see. So one of the ways that we can do that is we can start asking questions in our content or on our posts when we are sharing our content. Engage with the fans. Share a post and say, how do you feel about this? Or something along the lines of, what would you do if you were in this situation? Or have you seen this happen to you? We have to kind of get our fans, we have to ask our fans to engage, and then they will start engaging with us. It's kind of like an ask and you shall receive policy. You know, it's easy, like I said, to go in every day and schedule a post and hit send and just watch it go out. But are you gaining new customers by doing that? And are you keeping your customers? No, we need to constantly be engaging. We say don't set it and forget it. A great example I can use is during Christmas time, I saw an ad go down my news feed, and it was for pots and pans. And it was this great picture, and the call to action and the headline was fantastic. All these new pots and pans that you can get on time for Christmas, you know, get it in the mail today. And underneath, you know, people do have the option to comment on your ads. And there was a comment by somebody that said, do these pots come in at this size, and can I get them in another color? And then there was another comment underneath asking a question. And then the third comment down was the same first person who posted 2 days later saying, never mind. And that makes me cringe. And if you're cringing right now, you get it. You had this opportunity to interact with this potential customer through this ad. What should have been done was the person who is running that pots and pans page social media should have said something along the lines of, hey, that's a great question. Here's a link to our other colors and designs and sizes and whatnot. Or unfortunately right now we can't accommodate, but if you would like to private message me, we can take care of that. So what happened was, unfortunately, that customer lost faith in the brand and they lost faith in the products because nobody was responding to their wants and needs. That's what I mean by keeping the social in social media. Yes, we're here to sell things. Yes, we're here to get our words across, but we also have to be reminded that it is social media and we do need to stay social. Your like page needs to keep people coming back for more. So a great way to do this is you can set up a content calendar, and it doesn't need to be anything super fancy. I worked at a place where our content calendar was in a Word document, and you had Monday through Friday, or, you know, if you want to do it Sunday to Sunday, it doesn't matter, whatever you want to do. And you just have the visual that you're going to post, the text that's going to go with it, and your link. And you kind of want to kind of schedule out throughout those days what you're going to be posting. So one of the things we say for a lot of car dealerships is, you know, Monday, post something relevant to the business. Tuesday, post your schedules and deals. Wednesday, do your customer photos, and so on and so forth like that. Because that'll keep things a little more uniformed for you as a brand. And if I'm following a certain page and I know that on Tuesday you're going to do tips and I find your tips helpful, I'm going to keep coming back to the page and I'm going to be a loyal follower. Okay, I hope that kind of makes sense for everybody. You know, I know that we've been told constantly to, you know, have people like. We're in a very like-gated kind of, there's just a lot of liking and clicking that we were kind of bred to believe is going to help. But what we need people to do more of is we need people to share more, and we need people to talk more, because when people share and talk more, they're sharing it with people that they know, with their friends and family, and they're talking and they're getting engaged with you as a brand. Let me just take a second and look at my notes real quick to make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, are you engaging with your fans, or are you just pushing content? Again, you want to keep talking, you want to keep those questions going as they are. So what you also want to do is you want to be posting consistently. We say almost every day, sometimes more than 2 times a day is fine, depending on what kind of page you have. If you're a community-based page, maybe once a day is fine, or maybe anytime something's going on in the community. But if you are selling something and you are trying to engage with those followers and gain new followers, you do kind of want to post every day. And the most important part of your post is going to be your call to action button. The call to action is going to lead people to do the action. So if you have a click and you want people to get to your website, your call to action is going to be click here for more products. If you're trying to get people to share your information to spread the word about an event going on, your call to action is going to be share this to spread the word. Do you see what I'm saying there? So you can have your content and your post and all of your wording that you want, but then you also need to always have an action that kind of goes with it to call people and tell them what to do. And that, again, is going to up your engagement, and it keeps that social in social media. So along the lines, what's happening now is a lot of us are creating like pages for most of our businesses, and we're advertising and we're sharing more about our brand and what we are, and that's great. But what's happening now is Facebook and social media has become the new customer service spot. So what's happening is people are going on to your social media page to share negative reviews, to share positive reviews, to give feedback. And that is being used by other customers as a means for them to know if they should buy from you or not, which is fine. But what you need to do now as the person who owns the business or whatnot, or the marketer who is running the like page, you need to keep constantly engaging with those people as well. You need to answer any and all reviews that are on your social pages, whether they are negative or whether they are positive. If they are positive, you want to say along the lines of, thank you so much, I appreciate your feedback. If it is something negative, you still want to answer. You don't want to delete that right away. Have a little transparency and comment and say, you know, I'm sorry you feel that way. Would you like to private message me so that we could work this out and dig a little deeper into your problem? And that is the act of social care. And a good friend of mine who's also a social media specialist, Jessica Kornfein, wrote a great piece on social care. So social care is the customer service of social media. And that's something that we always have to kind of be on the up and up with as well. We always need to be, you know, just kind of, what's the word I'm kind of looking for here? Like going along with what the customer wants. We always want to kind of favor to the customer. So we need to always be on the up and up with social care. And that is another great way to keep social in social media. So don't set it and forget it, and keep the social in social media, and that's going to keep things, the engagement up, and it's going to keep you really working on your like page. Another great thing to keep in mind when you are posting on social media is you want to know all of the facts. So what a lot of people do is they use what's trending to their advantage, and I've seen throughout the years that there's been a lot of problems with that because people don't understand what's trending and they use it in the wrong context. I'm sure you can think of some examples where this has happened to bigger brands, and something that you want to do with smaller brands and medium-sized businesses is you want to use what's trending to your advantage, but you also always want to do your research because you don't want people to take what you have to say out of context. And you always kind of want the message to be going back to what you stand for as a brand. So you can have fun with social media and you should be super relaxed with it to get your message out, but you also really need to know what's going on in the world and how to kind of relay a message to your followers. But going along the lines of that, you always want to kind of use what's trending to your advantage. And a great example of this is, I think it was last year with the dress where it was the blue and the gold dress, and everybody thought they were colorblind and nobody knew if the dress was blue or the dress was gold. And they just had the photo and some people saw it as blue and some people saw it as gold. While it was all fun and games and we had a great week with it and people did get tired of it, a lot of brands used that to their advantage. One of the bigger ones was Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts sent out a fantastic tweet with 2 donuts. One was black and gold and one was black and blue, and they said, which one do you see? Again, perfect. It got thousands of retweets. It got thousands of people engaging with it. And that's a great way to use what's trending to your advantage for your business. You also want to be really sincere with your posts. You know, people want to feel connected to you as a business, and that's what makes people come back for more. So when you are posting on social media, don't sound so robotic. You know, again, don't set it and forget it. You want to let people know that there is a human behind there, and that that human is you, and that you do care about what you're selling, and you care about people's experience with your products. A lot of times people will come to your social page just to show you a little praise, and that's great too. And you can also use that then as posts for yourself. You know, showcase the people that are coming to your page and giving you reviews. Screenshot it and post it and say, hey, you know, we want to thank Barbara from Fairlawn for coming out and, you know, giving us this great review today. And that's what people want to see, and that's what keeps people engaged, and that's what keeps them coming back. They want to feel a connection to you and your brand. And then if you want to talk about a lot of brand awareness, what people also want is they want to be sold a lifestyle. And a great lifestyle seller is always Jeep. I love what Jeep does with their social media. If this is something you want to look at when we're done here to see how they use that all to their advantage, and they use customers' posts to their advantage. Their whole Instagram is customers' photos, and they do shout outs with that, and people love that. People want to feel connected. People want to live the lifestyle of Jeep. Jeep makes it feel cool to ride a Jeep. They make it feel rugged, and now it's almost brought in on like a luxury type vehicle as well. So Jeep is really promoting a whole lifestyle, as they always have, and that's something that you always want to kind of do with your own brand also. Even if you are a small business in the middle of the Jersey Shore and you sell anything, knickknacks, rugs, plates, how are you coming off as a brand on social media? Are you community oriented with that community that you're selling your products? Are you beach oriented? This is something you always kind of want to define before you really start posting on social media. A lot of questions that I do get sometimes is people who are running community-based pages. A community-based page would be a library, a church page, a women's club, anything like that. And you can still use a lot of these tactics to do a community page as well. You want to let people know what's going on with your organization, but also what's going on around you. And then a great thing that you could also do is, you know, share pictures of people in the community, what's going on. So-and-so was in the paper today, and now we could even circle that back, and we can also use that as car dealerships. Car dealerships, you are a local business, and you are located within a community, and most of the people within your community are buying your cars. So a lot of your page needs to be based off of that local feel and that community feel. What's going on in town this week? Is there a fair going on? Is there a carnival? And then you could even tie it in and say, hey, we're actually giving away tickets to the fair this weekend. Why don't you come on down, test drive a car, and we'll give you those tickets. Do you see what I mean there? It's like we have to keep that social up, and we have to keep people engaged. And at this point, you know, you're going up against a lot of businesses. Over 45 million small business-like pages are out there, and you have to make sure that you're engaging with the fans you have so that they're not wandering off to someplace else. You want to keep them coming back for more, and you do want to keep them interested. As far as going on with social media and, you know, seeing what's out there, my biggest thing to you is to just keep always reading. Social media is something that changes all the time. Since I first started, it has changed drastically. If you are running a like page for your business, if you are a social media marketer, if you are running a page for a friend, whatever you're doing, you just need to really be on the up and up with what is going on. There are wonderful resources out there. From anything from Marketing Land to anybody who's a small blogger. There are wonderful webinars out there. Are you going to the gym later? Find a webinar and, you know, educate yourself on really what is going on in social media. Our team here at PCG, we have a wonderful blog that is always full of nonstop content. Each of us will blog about what our expertise is. We have some great social media blogs that just recently went out. Laura did one on organic traffic, which was fantastic. And we have some on branding and whatnot. So that's something you always want to keep doing if you're going to be in the social media game, is you always want to be educated. even by you being here today, you are taking a step to be educated in social media and kind of see what is going on. We talked about using what's trending to your advantage. I think we did have a question come in, Gina. The question is, what's the difference between a like page and a group? And that's actually a really good question. So a like page is basically more along the lines for somebody who's trying to really sell something, I would say. You can have a like page for a community. You can have a like page to promote brand awareness, but a like page will go more along the lines with commercialism. Whereas a group can be formed with one interest in mind. Like my alumni from college, we have a group. We don't have a like page, there is a group. A thing with groups that's great is that they can be private. So how can you use both of these for your business? If you have a like page and you are selling certain stuff, and then you want to kind of create a group of maybe people who have already purchased something from you, I guess, you know, any type of customers that you have a bond with or something, or if there's a certain product that you've sold to a bunch of people that would really benefit from a group that they can ask questions, that's when you would kind of create a group with that as well. But mostly just a like page will work for any sort of business. That was a great question. Thank you to whoever submitted that. Let's just look back real quick and see if there's anything that I kind of skipped by. Again, thank you so much for being here today, and I appreciate your patience with me. This is my first hangout, so I hope everybody is enjoying it. And you know, we did cover a lot of stuff already within this short 20 minutes, and there is a lot more we could cover. So if you do have any questions, you can always reach out to PCG for help. You can find me on Twitter. I'm at FreeDennyGirl on Twitter. You have any questions, that would be great. And like I said, we do have a wonderful blog here that you can look at as well. But let me just look real quick right here at my notes to see if there's anything that I did forget. Yeah, no, I think I pretty much covered everything we were going to kind of talk about today. So in conclusion, we don't want to have the attitude of setting it and forgetting it on social media. We want to always be on the up and up with what our customers are talking about. If we see that they posted on one of our posts or commented, we want to like it. We want to respond. We want them to know that we're there. We never want to ignore a review, whether negative or positive. We never want to ignore a tweet, whether negative or positive. We always kind of want to be there for our customers to keep them coming back and engaged. You want to be sincere with your posts. We are all human. Most of us are human beings at the other end of the Facebook page. That's something you always want to remember as well. And lastly, do your research and read what's trending, what's going on, not only in social media, but in the world. Can you use it to your advantage with your posts? Another thing I really want to say really quickly is always please have a visual with anything you are posting. Visuals get so much more engagement than just text, and so do videos. So always have a visual to go along with your post or a video. Videos do great as well. We didn't really touch on ads. Ads are a whole other beast, but if you are running ads, again, what you want to do is you always want to make sure that you are responding to any customers that are indeed commenting on your ads. Again, I used the example earlier about the pots and pans. The person commented, they had a question, 2 days later they just wrote, never mind, there it is, you're losing the sale. If you are taking the time to run ads, you want to make sure that you're doing it properly, that your visual is there, that your website click is there, and that you are engaging with the people that are engaging with your ad as well. If you are running ads, you do want to make sure that your like page is up to date and that you are posting, because more than likely when people see that ad, they're going to go look at your like page then as well. Do we have any other questions that came in? No? Okay. If there's any other questions, I guess that's kind of it. Like I said, I know we did cover a lot today. There is a lot to go over in social media, but one of the key things I do want you to remember is the whole social care aspect, which is customer service on social media. Find blog posts on social care. There's a ton out there on them just to know how to really engage with your customers and keep things going in the positive direction for you and your brand. All right, I think that that's kind of it.
Actually, we just had a question
Oh,
come in.
yay,
It's always
okay.
good at the last
Whew.
second somebody speaks
No, that's
up.
fine. I feel like I can relax a bit now.
We did get a quick question. Just a sample of, it was from a car dealer,
Mhm.
a post, a paid ad post that you saw success with. Just some general suggestions on some, some successful types of ads and maybe something that didn't fly so
Sure.
well.
Okay, great. So yeah, so for what we've seen with car dealerships, the most success that I always have on any type of ad is the video ads. I have seen great success with video ads. We have some dealerships that will do their own videos at their dealership, and I will optimize that video to be an ad, and I will run it for video views. What we're looking for with a video view optimized ad is not so much the website clicks, but to really get the information out there. And since the videos are being optimized for video views, what's great is that on mobile devices, when people are scrolling through, the video starts playing automatically. And if you can capture the onlookers' attention within those 5 first seconds, they will continue to watch your video and see what is going on with your dealership. So that is great. Video ads do the best. As long as you have a strong headline on any ad, they're going to do well also. Another one that does great is any type of inventory ad, especially when there's a certain special or deal going on. If there's a certain lease price, a great ad for that would be the vehicle, and then also all the lease prices and all of the information right there where you can add all of the text and content. With any of these ads that you're doing, you do want to have a strong headline. So for posts, you want to look at the call to action. And for ads, you want to look at the headline. And your headline will be your call to action on your ad that will get them to click the Shop Now button. Some things that I have seen that really didn't work is when you are trying to run an ad in a short amount of time. So you always kind of want to be on the up and up with what is going on. If you have a holiday coming up and you're rushing to get an ad out real quick and only giving it 3 days to really circulate, you have to think of all those people that you want to see those ads, and they're not going to really do as well as you would like them to. So you always want your research done, and you always kind of want to have planned out what you have going on for the month so that that ad can really get the reach that it deserves. I hope that answered the question.
Sounds great. And one more.
Sure.
And then if we get any more after that, maybe we'll just directly get back to them.
Absolutely.
Is there a way to use live video on your Facebook business page without paying for live stream?
I don't think so currently, no. But if you are looking to do live stream, Periscope is free, and Periscope works great on Twitter. And I know that maybe some of your followers might necessarily not be on Twitter, but if you're looking to do that live stream feel to kind of get it going and everything, you can use Periscope with Twitter to get the live stream. I personally love Periscope. I use it, and I have notifications on so that when somebody is live that I'm following, I can click right then and go straight to their live feed. So if that's something you want to start experimenting with, you can use Periscope and Twitter. But I think currently right now you do have to pay for the Facebook live streaming, yeah. And if there's any other questions, I guess we can.
No, we're good for now. If
Okay.
any others come in, we'll just answer them directly to you.
Great. So I just wanted to thank you so much for coming out. I hope that like I said, we went over a lot of stuff today. I will be putting out a blog post possibly next week with everything that we did go over and then some. And I hope that this was super helpful, and thank you so much for coming out. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Louise.
No
That
problem.
was great.
Yeah, thanks.
Real quick, before I let everybody loose, some quick housekeeping items. On our PCG Learning Center, we do have a new course. It's entitled Fixed Operations Marketing Using Social Media, so it does parlay with today's Hangout. If you are interested in signing up for the course and you were part of today's Hangout, please contact me. My contact information will be sent out with a follow-up to this Hangout, and you'll get 10% off. And the other thing I wanted to let you know is our next Hangout is set for March 21st at 1 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be with the founder of PCG's company, Brian Pash, and he's going to be talking about VistaDash, which is a vendor-neutral data platform for car dealers, and it allows you to see all of your digital marketing investments in one location. So again, one last time, thank you so much for joining us. Send questions along to PCG if you do have them. We'll get them to Denise, and she will make sure to answer them for you. Have a great rest of your day.